match at 3. I'm competing in the biannual International Amateur Salsa and Ballroom Dancing Championships in Paris.
You're getting on a plane, Mrs. Wormwood.
Of course I am. I always compete, Doctor. And this time, I have a secret weapon. Rudolfo. He's part Italian, you know. Very supple. Has incredible upper body strength.
I think we should have a talk.
So, what is it? What's wrong with me?
Mrs. Wormwood, do you really have no idea?
Wind?
Mrs. Wormwood, I want you to think very carefully. What do you think might be the cause of this?
Am I? Look, am I fat?
Mrs. Wormwood, you're pregnant.
What?
You're going to have a baby.
But I've got a baby. I don't want another one. Isn't there something you can do?
You're 9 months pregnant.
Antibiotics! Oh my good Lord. What about the biannual International Amateur Salsa Ballroom Dancing Championships?
A baby, Mrs. Wormwood, a child, the precious gift this natural world can bestow upon us, has been handed to you. A brand new human being, a life, a person, a wonderful new person is going to come into your life to bring love and magic and happiness and wonder.
Oh dear me!
Almost infinitely small. The most common thing in life is life. Yeah, every single life, every new life is a miracle.
Where is he? Where's my son?
Mr. Wormwood, are you smoking a cigarette?
What am I thinking? This calls for a proper smoke. Oh my word, this is an ugly little thing.
This is one of the most beautiful children I've ever seen.
Oh my good lord, where's his dinghy?
His what?
His dinghy! His whatchamacallit? His doodah! What have you done with his thingy?
This child doesn't have a thingy because...
A boy with no thingy? Look what you've done, you stupid woman. This boy's got no thingy.
Mr. Wormwood, this child is a girl. A beautiful, beautiful little girl.
Is this no time for the biannual Amateur Sausage and Ballroom Dancing?
That competition's finished. Now, I don't suppose we could exchange it for a boy, could we?
This is the worst day of my life!
My mommy says I'm a lousy little lamb. My daddy says I'm a bore. My mummy says I'm a jumped up little gem. That kids like me should be against the law. My daddy says I should learn to shut my pie hole. No one likes a smart mouth girl like me. Mum says I'm a good case for population control. Dad says I should watch more TV.
Yes, sir. That's right, sir. 155 brand new luxury cars, sir. Are they good runners? Well, let's put it this way. You want to beat them at a race? No, sir. Yes, sir. They are good runners, sir. So, how much exactly?
Harry!
Hang on.
Look at this! She's reading a book. That's not normal for a 5-year-old. I think she might be an idiot.
Listen to this. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom.
Stop scaring your mother with that book, boy.
I'm a girl.
And she keeps trying to tell me stories, Harry.
call you straight back. Would you please shut up? I'm trying to pull off the biggest business deal of my life, and I have to sit here and listen to this. You spin us in the trouble, and you expect me to get us out. What am I, a flaming escapologist?
Escapologist, he says. What about me then? I've got a whole house to look after. Dinners don't microwave themselves, you know. If you're an escapologist, I must be an acrobat to balance that lot. The world's greatest acrobat. Now, I'm off to bleach my roots, and I shan't be talking to you for the rest of the evening, you horrid little man.
But I'm going to make us rich.
Rich? How rich?
Very rich. Russian businessman. Very, very stupid. Your genius husband is going to sell them 155 knackered old bangers as brand new luxury cars.
What? That's not fair. The cars will break down. What about the Russians?
Fair. Listen, boy.
I'm a girl.
Fair does not get you anywhere, you thick-headed twit-brain. Now, all I can say is thank heavens Michael has inherited his old man's brains, eh, son?
Michael!
Well, I shall take the money when you earn it. Then I shall spend it. But I shan't enjoy it because of the despicable way in which you've spoken to me tonight.
This is your fault. With your stupid books and your stupid reading.
But I didn't do anything. That's not right.
Right. I tell you something. You're off to school in a few days' time. You won't be getting right there. Oh no, I know your headmistress, Agatha Trunchbull, and I've told her all about you and your smarty pants ideas. Imagine what she's going to do to a horrible, squeaky little goblin like you. She used to compete in the Olympics. Come on. Now stay in here, you nasty little bookworm.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. So they say the subsequent fall was inevitable. They never stood a chance, they were written that way. Innocent victims of their story. Like Romeo and Juliet. 'Twas written in the stars before they even met. That love and fate and a touch of stupidity would rob them of their hope of living happily. The endings are often a little bit gory. I wonder why they didn't just change their story. We're told we have to do what we are told, but surely sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot too. Mustn't let a little thing like it'll stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top you, might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. Platinum blonde hair dye, extra strong. Keep out of reach of children. Oil of violence hair tonic. For men. Yup. In the slip of a bolt, there's a tiny revolt. The seek of a war at the creak of a floorboard. A storm can begin with the flap of a wing. The tiniest might catch the mightiest sting every day. Start with the tick of a clock, all escapes. Start with the click of a lock. If you're stuck in your story and need to get out, you don't have to cry, you don't have to shout. 'Cause if you're little, you can do a lot too. Mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top you, won't change a thing.
In business, son, a man's hair is his greatest asset. Good hair means good brains. Now, the secret to my success is...
Secrets.
Yes, the secret to my success is this. Oil violets, I can't permit. Stand back, son. The old man's going to work now. Oh, yeah, that's the stuff. That's where it's at, all right. That's the bananas right there. Now, a man in business simply cannot fail to get noticed when he looks this good.
Secrets.
Your hair, it's green.
Good Lord, it's not even 8:30. Have you started already? My hair's green!
What on earth did you do that for? Why do you want green hair?
Don't want green hair, I didn't do anything.
Maybe you used some of Mummy's peroxide by mistake.
That's exactly what you've done, you stupid man.
My hair, my lovely hair. Oh my good Lord. I've got my deal today. The Russians, what am I going to do?
I know what you can do.
What is it? What can I do?
You can pretend you're an elf.
Yes, that's it. I can pretend Emma. Are you a fool? The boy's a loony.
Mum, would you like to hear a story?
Don't be disgusting. Go on, creep on back to that library of yours or something. The sooner you're locked up in school, the better.
Matilda! What a pleasure to see you. You're in the library again, are we?
Well, yes. My mom wanted me to stay home with her. She hates when I go. Dad, too. He loves having me around. But I think it's best for grown-ups to have their own space.
Matilda, you are so clever. Your parents must be so proud to have a girl as clever as you. And you tell them lots of stories like you do with me. Oh, I love your stories, Matilda. And that's funny, by the way. But if you did happen to have a story you wanted to tell me, I could.
Goodbye, Mrs. Phelps. See you next week.
Goodbye, Miss Honey. Good luck with the Tolstoy. As I was saying, I wasn't hinting, but if you did have a story you wanted to tell me, call me.
Who was that lady?
That lady? That was Miss Honey. She's going to be your teacher.
That lady's mine.
Yes, your teacher. Now look, are you going to tell me a story or not?
Once upon a time, the two greatest circus performers in the world, an anthropologist who could escape from any law that was ever invented, and an acrobat who was so skilled it seemed as if she could actually fly, fell in love, and got married. They performed some of the most incredible feats anyone has ever seen, and people would come from miles around. Kings, queens, celebrities, and astronauts. But not just to see their skill, but to also see their love for each other. As it was said, it was so deep that cats would purr as they passed them, and dogs would weep with joy. They moved into a beautiful old house on the edge of town, and in the evenings they would walk and take the air, and each night the children of the town would wait in anticipation, hoping for a glimpse of the shiny white scarf that she always wore. For then they knew only to cry, "Tricks! Tricks!" and the great performers would instantly oblige with the most spectacular show, just for them. But although they loved each other, although they were famous and everyone loved them, they were sad.
We have everything.
We have everything the world has to offer, said the wife.
We have everything.
We do not have the one thing in the world we want most. We do not have a child.
Patience, my love.
Patience, my love, replied the husband. Time is on our side. Even time loves us.
Oh, Matilda.
But time is the one thing that no one is master of, and as time passed and they grew quite old, and still they had no child. At night, they would listen to the sound of their big empty house, and they would imagine how wonderful it would sound if it was filled with the sounds of a child playing.
Matilda, this is very sad.
Do you want me to stop?
Don't you dare.
Their sadness overwhelmed them and drew them on to ever more dangerous feats, as their work became the only place they could escape. The inescapable tragedy of their lives. And so it was decided that they would perform the most dangerous feat known to man.
It is called.
Said the husband, announcing the event to the world press who had gathered to listen with bated breath.
The burning woman, hurling through the air, with dynamite in her hair, over sharks and spiky objects, caught by the man locked in the cage. And it is the most dangerous feat ever known to man.
It is our destiny.
Said the wife, smiling sadly as she slipped her hand into his.
It is where the loneliness of life has led us.
Well, what happened?
I don't know. Not yet, anyway.
What? But isn't there some more? Just a little bit more? Come on, there's gotta be just a little bit more. Well, I suppose your mother will be waiting for you. Is she here, actually? We haven't speak
Goodbye, Mrs. Phelps. I'll see you tomorrow.
after your first day of school.
My mommy says I'm a miracle.
My dad says I'm a special little guy.
I am a princess.
And I am a prince.
Mom says I'm an angel. Mom says I'm an angel.
Mom says I'm an angel.
You're able to survive this test by being a prince or a princess. You'll soon see there's no escaping tragedy. And even if you put in heaps of efforts, you're just wasting energy. Cause your life as you know it is ancient history. I have suffered in this jail. I've been trapped inside this cage for ages. This living hell. If I try, I can remember that before my life had ended, before my happy days were over, before I first heard the pealing of the bell. And the girl was curious, so innocent I asked 1,000 questions, but unless you want to suffer, listen up and I will teach you. I'll leave it to you. Listen here, my dear, you'll be quite so severe if you said I love light and if you cry, let me tell you to say I love trouble and remember to be extremely careful.
Why? Did you hear what he just said?
Just you wait for his head. What's his head?
Physical education is the Trunchbull's specialty.
My mommy says I'm a miracle. Ah!
My daddy said I'd be a teacher's pet.
Ah! School is really fun, according to my mom. Ah!
The alphabet.
The alphabet! Then you've got to learn to listen, kids!
And so you think you're able to survive this test by being a prince or a princess, you'll soon see there's no escaping tragedy. And even if you put in heaps of effort, you're just wasting energy. Cause your life as you know is this ancient history. I have suffered in this jail. I've been trapped inside this cage for ages. This living hell. If I try, I can remember. And before my life had ended, all my happy days were over. You all first heard the pealing of the bell. And I was curious, so innocent I asked 1,000 questions. But unless you want to suffer, listen up and I will teach you a thing or two. You listen here, my dear, look at colors, it's a beauty if you step out of line. If you cry, if you tell me, you should say out of trouble. And remember to be extremely careful.
Why?
Why? Didn't you hear what we just said?
Just you wait for visit. Just you wait for visit. You are SCP, WX. Why? Just you wait for visit.
Good morning, children. My name is Miss Honey, and today is a very special day. Your first day of school. Now, can anyone tell me your 2 times tables? Wonderful. Matilda, isn't it? Please stand and say as much as you can.
1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 5 is 10, 2 times 6 is 12, 2 times 7 is 14, 2 times 8 is 16, 2 times 9 is 18, 2 times 10 is 20, 2 times 11 is 22, 2 times 12 is 24,
My, that is very good.
13 times 2 is 26, 14 times 2 is 28, 15 times 2 is 30, 16 times 2 is...
Good heavens. How far can you go?
I don't know. Quite a long way, I think.
And do you think you could tell me what 2 times 28 is?
56.
50. No, this one's much harder, so don't worry if you don't get it, but 2 times 487. If you took your time, do you think you'd be able to...
974.
12 sevens.
84.
Oh my goodness. Let's take a break from math for the time being and take a look at reading. Now, can anyone read this? Very well, Nigel. Yes, I think we better leave it there, Nigel. What's burst a blood vessel on the first day? Lavender.
Is the first word tomato?
No. But tomato is a very good word.
Yes!
Matilda,
I can now read words.
so you can read words, Matilda.
Yes, I need to learn to read words so that I can read a sentence, because basically a sentence is just a bunch of words. If you can't read a sentence, then you have no chance with books.
And have you read a whole book yourself, Matilda?
Oh yes, more than one. I love books. Last week I read quite a few.
A few. In a week. Wow, that is good. And what kind of books did you read?
Nicholas Nickleby, Oliver Twist, Jane Eyre, Tess of the Jubberbills, Lord of the Rings, Kim, The Invisible Man, The Secret Garden, Crime and Punishment, and Stick of the Dump. Just knock on the door. Don't be pathetic. Knock on the door, Jenny. There's nothing to fear. You're being pathetic. It's just a door. You've seen one before. Just knock on the door. What are you trying to hide, silly? Standing outside the principal's office like a little girl. It's just pathetic. Look at you hesitating, head shaky. You should be embarrassed. You're not a little girl. It's just pathetic. Knock on the door, Jenny. What are you waiting for? Just knock on the door. Perhaps I should wait. She's probably having a meeting or something and won't want to be interrupted. If anything, caution these situations. A sensible one should avoid confrontation when possible. I'll come back later then. What's this little girl? This miracle. Knock on the door, Jenny. Just knock on the door. Don't be pathetic.
What do you want? Well, don't just stand there like a wet tissue. Get on with it.
Oh, yes, you see, headmistress, there's in my class, there's this little girl named Matilda Wormwood, and
Matilda Wormwood, daughter of Mr. Harry Wormwood, who owns Wormwood Motors. Excellent man. Told me to watch out for the brat, though. Says she could be a real wart.
oh, headmistress, I don't think Matilda's that kind of child at all.
What is our school motto, Miss Honey?
Bambinatum est magitum.
Bambinatum est magitum. Children are maggots. In fact, I bet it was her who put that stink bomb under my desk this morning. I shall have her for that. Thank you for suggesting it.
But I didn't. Headmistress, Matilda Wormwood is a genius.
Nonsense. Haven't I just told you that she is a gangster?
But she knows the 2 times tables.
So she's learned a few tricks.
But she can read.
So can I.
It is my opinion that this little girl should be placed in the top form with the 11-year-olds.
What? But she is a squib, a shrimp, an unhatched tadpole. We cannot just place her in with the 11-year-olds. What about rules, honey? Rules.
I believe Matilda Wormwood's an exception to the rules.
An exception to the rules of my school? At this trophy, see how many trophies gleam in the sunlight. See how they shine. What do you think it took to become English hammer throwing champion? 1969. Do you think in that moment, when my big moment came, that I treated the rules with casual disdain? Well, like how? As I stepped into the circle, did I change my plan? Huh? What? As I chopped up my palms, did I wave my hands? I did not. As I started my spin, did I look at the view? Did I drift off in drink for a minute or two? Do you think I faltered or amended my rotation? Do you think I altered my intended elevation? As that hammer took off, did I change my grunt? The grunt I practiced many a month. Not a jot, not a dot, did I stray from the plot? Not the detail of my brow was adjusted or forgotten. That even when the hammer left my hands, sailed higher up above the stars. Do I let myself go? No, 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 no. No. If you want to throw the hammer for your country, you have to stay inside the circle all the time. And if you want to make the team, you don't need happiness or self-esteem. You just need to keep your feet inside the line. Sing, children! 2, 3, 4.
If you want to
Throw the hammer for your country.
you have to stay inside the circle all the time.
And if you want to teach success, you don't use sympathy or tenderness. You have to force the little squints to tell the lie. Sing, Jenny!
If you want to throw the hammer for your country, you have to stay inside the circle all the time.
I apply just one simple rule to hammer through life and school. Life's a ball, so learn to throw it. Find the balance line and tote, and always keep your feet inside the line. Now get out.
I must tell you, headmistress, that it is my intention to help this little girl, whether you like it or not.
Nasty, stinking, slimy, great big question asking. Who do they think they are speaking to me like that? Flippin' filthy, nasty, stupid Russians.
Oh, don't tell me we're not rich.
It's the mileage. They took one look at the mileage on the first car and said that these cars were knackered. I told them that I said that the reason the mileage is so high is a manufacturing mistake.
Is that true?
Of course it's not true.
So you lied,
Of course they lied.
and they didn't believe you.
Of course they didn't believe me. I've got green hair!
I've got hair.
What's this? Another flaming book? What's wrong with the telly?
She's got no respect, that one. It's all books and stories.
No, it's a lovely book. I'm sure if you read it.
Lovely, here's what I think of your lovely.
No, it's a library book. It's from the library.
You showed the little brat.
Get out of here, you little stinkworm.
Have we got any super glue?
It's in the cupboard. And while you're at it, why don't you glue that stupid book to your stupid head?
Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot to muscle
we're best friends.
Hi, mate! Someone put a whole can of treacle on the church fool's chair. She sat down, and when she got up, the nigger stayed stuck to the seat. Someone told her I did it, but I never, and now she's after me.
That's not fair. That's not fair at all.
You're done, kid. You're finished. The trenchel thinks you're guilty. You're squished. Yesterday, she caught Julius Rockwinkle eating a licorice offsort during science. She picked him up, swung him around, and threw him out the window.
Don't listen to them. That didn't actually happen. They're just trying to scare us.
Matilda, they say she's gonna put me in chokey.
What's chokey?
They say it's a cover in the office that she puts children into. Designed with nails, spikes, and bits of broken glass.
It's a place you are sent if you haven't been good, and it's made of spice and wood, and it's easy working up to sit, and even if you could, there are nails on the bottom, so you wish you stood. When the hinges creak, and there's always close, and the nuts is rough, at the end of your nose, if you scream in your nose, if the sound came out, if you scream in your head, you reach your mouth.
Right, look. When did all this happen?
About 20 minutes ago? But why?
My taxi's coming! We better hide. Quick! Blazes!
Do tell her where I am, Matilda.
Now!
You suffocating spleen. Where is the maggot known as Nigel?
He's over there, under those coats. Where he's been for the last hour, actually.
What? An hour?
Oh, yes. You see, Nigel suffers from a rare but chronic sleep disorder called narcolepsy. The condition is characterized by the sufferer experiencing bouts of chronic fatigue and often falling suddenly asleep without any knowing or warning at all. You see, he fell asleep and we put him in the coach for safety, didn't we?
Yeah. Yep. Narcolepsy.
He'll probably think he's in bed when he wakes up.
Is it time for school yet, Mom? Oh, hello. What am I doing here? Oh, this is my bedroom at all. Hello, Miss Principal.
Amanda Thripp.
Yes, Miss Hunchback.
What have I told you about wearing pigtails? I hate pigtails.
But my mommy likes them. She says they make me look pretty.
Then your mother is a twit.
Look out! She's coming into land!
I'm alive!
You, what is your name?
Matilda Wormwood.
Matilda Wormwood. So you're Wormwood. I might have known. Well, Wormwood, you have just made a very big mistake.
Just so you all know, she's my best friend. Wow.
Brand new stock still. Yes, completely different cars. Green hair. Yeah, that was for National Green Head. A celebration of all the things that are green in the world. Like lettuce and snot. Tomorrow at 1. Absolutely, sir. Bye-bye, sir. Das Vidudal. Now, that is how you do what? I'm gonna leave this on. It looks like rain.
Yes, hello. My name is Miss Honey here. Matilda's teacher.
Bit busy right now.
You'll only take a moment.
Oh, well, come in if you must. This is Rudolfo. Oh, it's nothing like that. He's my dance partner. We're rehearsing.
Ciao.
Ah, parli italiano. Bene. Ciao Rodolfo, piacere. Come stai?
What? Who is this babe? You know, interruption due to my energy flow.
What do you want, Miss Chutney?
It's Miss Honey. And as you know, Matilda's in the bottom class, and children in the bottom class aren't really expected to read.
Well, stop her reading then. Lord knows we've tried.
I'm in the zone, Joe. I can feel it in my hips.
Don't waste this.
I'm not in favor of girls getting all clever pants, Miss Hussey. Girls should think about makeup and hair dye. Looks are more important than books. Now look at you. And look at me. You chose books. And I chose looks.
I beg your pardon.
Babes, I'm on fire here, please.
But Matilda can calculate complicated figures in her head in an instant.
Calculate this.
She has an incredible mind, and with a little bit of help.
Mind? Her mind? You really don't know anything, do you? Maestro, please. Somewhere along the way, my dear, you've made an awful error. You oughtn't blame yourself now. Come along. You seem to think that people like people were clever. It's very quaint. It's very sweet. But wrong. People don't like smarty pants what go round, claiming that they know stuff we don't know. Now here's a tip. What you know matters less than the volume with which what you don't know is expressed. Content has never been less important. So you have got to read loud. Yeah, you gotta let it stand up, stick out from the crowd. Oh wait, a little less flat, a lot more heel. A little less fact, a lot more feel. A little less brains, a lot more hair. A little less head, a lot more derriere. No one's gonna tell you when to shake your tush. Well, you got a light to hide it under a bushel. No one's gonna look if you don't stand out. No one's gonna listen if you don't shout. No one's gonna care if you don't care. So go and put some highlights in your head. You gotta highlight what you got. Even if what you got is not a lot, you gotta be loud. You gotta give yourself permission to shine. You gotta be proud. A little less, a lot more zing. A little less, a lot more swag. A little less trash. dancing like young, a little more ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-bum. Woo! I was nice! You don't! No one's gonna tell you what to make on your mama.
No one's gonna love you if you don't remember.
Everybody loves a little something exotic.
But learning a language is over the top.
It doesn't really matter if you don't know much.
So long as you don't know it's with a bit of clout.
The less you have to sell, the harder you sell it. The less you have to say, the louder you yell. Some of the
Get the bigger by confession, the less you have to show, the louder you
trust
press.
it. You gotta get up. You
Gotta get up and be loud.
I am amazing! 10, 10! You gotta be loud! You gotta look around! You listening? You gotta be loud! You gotta get yourself a bit to the side! You gotta be proud, 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 proud! You can do that? Whatever! Loud, 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 loud! You gotta be loud!
Stop being pathetic, Jenny. Just get on your feet, Jenny. You're going to march in there and give them a piece of your mind. Leave it alone, Jenny. The more that you try, the more you'll just look like a fool. This is not your problem. You've not got the spine. You are a teacher, just go back to school. But this little girl, this miracle, just seems not to know that she's special at all. And what kind of teacher would I be if I let this little girl fall? I can see this little girl needs someone who's strong, right by her side. Instead, she's gone to me, pathetic little me, and I know the door closes. I'm Jenny's side. And so the great day arrived. It was like the entire world had gathered to see the burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair over sharks and spiky objects caught by the man locked in the cage. Everything was arranged by the acrobat's sister, a frightening woman who used to be in a little glass cannon row and who loved nothing more than to scare the children of the town. People whispered that in her dark and brooding heart, she resented her sister for both her love and her success. Then suddenly, out came Jasper Poultice dressed in his costume and spangly tights as usual, but there was no sign of the acrobat, no glimpse at all of the shining white scarf. And instead of musical fanfare, there was silence as he solemnly strode into the room.
gentlemen, boys and girls, the burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair over sharks and spiky objects, caught by the man locked in a cage, has been canceled.
No!
Yes, the audience gasped so loud that a passing aeroplane caught it on its instrumentation and reported it as an atmospheric phenomenon.
Canceled because my wife is pregnant.
Absolute silence. You could have heard a fly burp. Then suddenly, the audience jumped to its feet and roared in appreciation. The great feat was instantly forgotten, and the applause went on for nearly an hour. Forgotten by everyone except, that is, the acrobat's sister. When all had quieted down, she stepped forward and produced a contract.
A contract?
You shall.
No!
Are you paid for the posters, publicity, the catering, the toilet facilities? If I give their crowd their money back, where is my profit? A contract is a contract is a contract. My hands are tied. The burning woman, hurling through the air, with dynamite in her hair, over sharks and spiky objects, caught by the man locked in the cage, will be performed and performed this day or off to prison you both shall go.
No! No! Well, what happened?
I don't know. I'll tell you tomorrow.
What? But I don't know. My nerves won't make it until tomorrow.
Miss Phelps, are you crying? Maybe I shouldn't tell you anymore.
No, Matilda. We must find out how it ends. And I'm not crying sad. It's just I want that little girl so much. It must be wonderful for a child to feel so wanted.
Yes. Wonderful. Goodbye, Mrs. Phelps.
Matilda, may I speak with you, please? I'm afraid I have not been so successful in getting others to recognize your abilities. So, starting tomorrow, I shall bring in a selection of very clever books for you to read that will challenge your mind. You may sit and read them while I teach the others, and if you have any questions, well, I shall do my best to answer them. How's that sound? Matilda. What? That is the biggest tug in the world. You're gonna squeeze all the air out of me.
Matilda Wormwood! Matilda Wormwood, where is...
Yes, Miss Trunchbull?
Aha! So you admit it, do you?
Admit what, Miss Trunchbull?
This clot, this foul carbuncle is none other than a disgusting criminal, a denizen of the underworld, a member of the mafia. This morning, you sneaked like a serpent into the kitchen and stole a slice of my private chocolate cake from my tea tray.
No, I did not.
Miss Trunchbull, she's been here all morning.
Standing up for the little spitball, are you? Well, this crime took place before school started. Therefore, she is... guilty!
Alright, look. I stole the cake. And honestly, I was kinda, sorta
almost thinking about owning up, maybe. But you see, the thing is, I was having a lot of trouble with my belly. The Trenchbull's cake was so good, I'd scoffed it down too quick, and now I was beginning to fight back. See?
I'm not guilty. I didn't do anything.
You are guilty because you are a fiend. You are a thief. You are a crook. And I shall crush you. I shall pound you. I shall consign you to the seventh circle of hell, child. You shall be destroyed.
It was the biggest burp I'd ever done. The biggest burp I'd ever heard. The biggest burp I'd ever heard about. It was like the whole world went silent for that burp to exist. As a huge cloud of chocolatey gas wafted across the glass. Past Lavender, past Alice, and then my great, big, beautiful chocolatey burp, which now seemed to have a mind of its own, wafted full into the face of the Trunchbull.
Bruce? Well, you talked to me.
Yes, Miss Trunchbull?
You liked my cake, didn't you, Bruce?
Yes, Miss Trunchbull. I'm very sorry, but...
Oh, as long as you enjoyed the cake. That's the main thing.
It is?
Yes, Bobtrot, it is.
Oh, well, I did. Thank you.
Wonderful. Marvelous. That makes me so happy. It gives me a warm glow in my lower intestine. Oh, cook! What's the matter, Bartender? Lost your appetite?
Yes, I'm full.
You are not full. I will tell you when you are full, and I say that criminals like you are not full until you have eaten the entire cake.
But...
No buts. We haven't got time for but. Eat.
But Miss Trunchbull, he'll be sick.
Well, you should have thought of that before you made a pact with Satan and decided to steal my cake. Eat!
But I can't eat it all!
Eat! Eat!
My spell!
Eat!
A single slice, or even two, Bruce, might have been nice. But even you, Bruce, have to admit, between you and it, there's not a lot of difference in size.
You can't.
You can, Bruce!
You can't, you surely can.
You are the man, Bruce!
You can't stop.
He's quite elastic! He's fantastic! Look at him go! And in effect, this must confirm, Bruce, what we all suspected. You have a work, Bruce. I'll make your largest. It's like a TARDIS. Considerably roomier in size. You can, Bruce!
You surely can.
You are the man, Bruce! R-O-O-C, Bruce. The arrogant be subject to abuse, but you're against the Bruce. So call a truce, Bruce. Turns only you are tightening the noose. We never thought it was possible, but here it is coming true. We can have our cake and eat it too. Bruce, time is up. Put that tumbling tongue to use. No excuse, Bruce. Without your belt, I think you'll want your trousers loose. Oh, stuff is in. You're almost finished. You'll finish it in. Whatever you do, just don't give in. Don't let her win. Come on, Bruce, be our hero. Come
That's all right, Jenny. We all get carried away sometimes. Even me. Well done, Bob Treasure. Good show. Well, come along, Bob Treasure.
Where?
Did I not mention? That was the first part of your punishment. There's more. The second part. And the second part is choking!
No, Miss Russell, please, you can't.
Yes, Miss Russell, please, you can. Do you think I would allow myself to be defeated by these maggots? Who do you think I am, Miss Honey? A weakling? A fool? An idiot? You?
But he ate it all. He did what you asked.
I did it! I ate the whole cake! Like the whole thing! No, I'm not choking! Please! No! No!
That's not right!
I would like to apologize for some of the things that have been going on here tonight. They are not nice things, and they are not right things. We do not want any children that may be here today to go home and try these things out for themselves. I am, of course, talking about reading books. It's not normal for kids to behave in this fashion. It stunts the brain, wears out the eyes, makes kids ugly, stinky, fatty, sweaty, betty, boring, and crucially, it gives them barricades of the mind. And in no circumstance do we condone such activities, and we do so without reservoirs. Now, may I ask, just how many people have ever read a book here tonight? Three, 5, 7. Are you still waving at me in the back? What's your name? Nathan. Okay. Well, Nathan, don't take this personally, but bookworm, stupid little bookworm, you read books like goldworm. Worms read books, worms are stupid. You're a sworm. There. Now, Nathan will learn from that. It won't stop him from reading books, but he'll never raise his hand in this theater again. Now, may I present to you the very reason we bother evolving out of unicorns in the first place. The pinnacle of our achievement as a species. Hello, Michael. Where's the telly? Somewhere, on a show, I heard that the picture tells 1,000 words. So, telly, if you bother to take a look, is the equivalent of, like, lots of books. All I know I learned from telly, the big beautiful box of facts. If you know a thing already, baby, you can switch the channel over just like that. Endless joy and endless laughter, folks living happily ever after. All you need to fill your muffin without really having to think on nothing. Why should we waste the energy trying to work out who this is when we can sit happily on a lovely family, one people singing and talking and doing stuff? All I know, all learned from telly. The bigger the telly, the smarter the man. You can tell from my big telly what a very clever fella I am. Take it away, son. All I know, I learned from telly what to think and what to buy. I was pretty smart already, but not really smart, very smart. Endless content, endless channels, endless chat on endless panels. All you need to fill your muffin without really having to think on nothing. Why should we waste the energy trying to work out who this is when we can sit happily on a lovely family, on a slightly famous people, on a really famous people? All I know, all learned from telly, bigger the telly, the smarter the man. You can tell from my big telly what a very clever fella I am. Grandma. All I know I learned from Kelly, the bigger the Kelly, the smarter the man. You can tell from knowing good Kelly what you're very clever fellow. All right.
Hello! I'm Lavender, by the way, Matilda's best friend. There's a bit coming up that's all about me. Well, not exactly all about me, but I play a big part in it. I'm not going to say what happens, because I don't want to spoil it for you. All right, look. What I do is I volunteer to get the Trunchbull a jug of water, and then I... No! I don't want to say what happens, because I don't want to ruin it. Well, on the way back I find a newt. A newt is like a really ugly lizard that lives in water. So I pick it up, and then... No! I will not say any more! I'm gonna put the newt into the Trunchbull's jug. It's going to be brilliant!
I will be tall enough to reach the branches that I need to reach to climb the trees you get to climb when you're grown up. And when I grow up, I will be smart enough to answer all the questions that you need to know the answers to before you're grown up. When I grow up, I will eat sweets every day on the way to work, and I will go to bed late every night. And I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will watch cartoons until my eyes get sweat. And I won't care, 'cause I'll be all grown up when I grow up. When I grow up,
When I grow up,
I will be smart enough to carry all the heavy things you have to hold around with you when you're a grown up. When I grow up,
What? Well, we don't have a revenge section. Why? Is there a child at school who's behaving like a bully?
Not a child exactly.
Matilda, are you sure something's not...
Would you like to hear the next part of the story?
Story? Did you say story? Did you say? Matilda, what are we waiting for?
Slowly, very slowly, the acrobat wound her shiny white scarf round her husband's neck.
Good luck, my love.
She said, kissing him with the gentlest of kisses.
Smile. We've done this 1,000 times.
But suddenly, she hugged him with the biggest hug in the world, so hard that he felt she would hug all the air right out of him. And so they prepared themselves for the most dangerous feat that had ever been performed. The great Escapolgus had to lean out, catch his wife with one hand, grab a fire extinguisher with the other, and put out the flames on the specially designed dress within 12 seconds before they reached the dynamite and blew his wife's head off!
Sorry, go on.
The trick started well. The moment the specially designed dress was set alight, the acrobat swung into the air. The crowd gasped as she hurled over sharks and spiky objects. 1 second, 2 seconds, they watched the flames crept up the dress. 3 seconds, 4 seconds, she began to reach her arms out towards the cage. 5 seconds, 6 seconds, suddenly the padlocks pinged open and the huge chains fell away. 7 seconds, 8 seconds, the Escapolgus reached out one huge muscled arm to catch his wife and the child. 9 seconds, 10 seconds!
I can't look!
11 seconds, and he grabs her hand, and suddenly the flames are put out before they reach the dynamite and blow them both to pieces.
Hooray! This story does have a happy ending after all.
No.
No?
No. Maybe it was the thought of their child. Maybe it was nerves. But the Escapolgus used just to touch too much foam, and suddenly the hand became slippy, and she fell.
Was she okay? Did she survive?
She broke every bone in her body, except for the ones at the ends of her little fingers. She did manage to live long enough to have their child, but the effort was too great. Love our little girl, she said. Love our daughter with all your heart. She is all we ever wanted. And then she died. And then things got worse.
What? Worse? Oh no, it's not worse. They can't get worse.
I'm afraid they did, because the Escapologist was so kind that he never for 1 second blamed the evil sister for what had happened. In fact, he asked her to move in and help look after his daughter. She was nothing but cruel to the little girl, making her wash and iron and cook and clean and beating her if she did a thing wrong, but always in secret so that the Escapologist never suspected a thing. And so the little girl grew up with the meanest, cruelest, horrible sound you could possibly imagine!
Let's call the police! mockery having a clever child like you.
Oh yes, they're always saying that. They're like, Matilda, you're like winning the lottery. I'd better go.
I'm so clever, I'm so clever, I'm so very, very, very clever. I'm so very, very clever, what a very clever girl I am. Come here, you.
What? Stop! Stop! There's only one man I'd be out with.
Everyone gather around, I want my family to share my triumph. Not you, boy.
I'm a girl.
155, knackered old fingers on my hand. All polished up, but the mileage on the clock's telling the truth. But each one was, well, knackered. How could I possibly make the mileage go back? I couldn't very well drive each one backwards now, could I? Backwards! When suddenly I had the most genius idea. I ran into the workshop and grabbed the drill, and using my incredible mind, I attached it to the speedometer of the first car, turned it on, and whacked it in the reverse. Backwards! Yes, boy, backwards, backwards exactly. A drill's motor whirls backwards thousands of times a second, and within a few minutes, I'd reduced mileage on that old bus bucket to practically nothing. I did it to every single car. Backwards!
Stop talking now, darling. There's a good boy.
10 minutes later, the Russians show up. Great big, nasty-faced apes. Expensive suits, dark glasses. Don't know who they thought they were.
Russians on a tunnel. I saw it on the program last night.
That was badgers. It was a program about badgers.
Same thing. But did it work? Fantastico! Now we'll be able to afford Rodolfo all day long.
But you cheated them. They trusted you and you cheated them.
What is the matter with you? What have we done to deserve a child like you?
You know what I'm going to do tomorrow? I'm going to go down to the library and tell that old bag will never to be let in again.
No, please don't.
And if she does, I'll have her fired. And put an end to your stories, young man. You will never read another stinking book as long as you live. Now get in there and stay in there, you nasty little creep.
At night, the escapologist's daughter cried herself to sleep, all alone in her room. She never said a single word about the evil aunt's bullying, as she didn't want to cause a fuss, and so she suffered in silence. This only encouraged the woman to greater cruelties until one day she exploded. "You are useless, filthy, nasty little creep!" And she beat her and threw her into a dank, dark, dusty cellar, locked the door, and went out. That day, the escapologist happened to come home early. And when he heard the sound of his daughter's tears, he smashed the door open.
Don't cry, I'm here, little girl. Please don't cry, dry your eyes, wipe your tears, little girl. Forgive me, I didn't mean to desert you. Don't cry, little girl. Nothing can hurt you, you've nothing to fear. I'm here. I been so wrapped up in the grief for my wife that I've forgotten the one thing that mattered to us most. I love you so much, my daughter. I shall spend the rest of my life making up to you. We shall be together forever.
Don't cry, Daddy. I'm alright, Daddy. Please don't cry here. Let me wipe away your tears.
Forgive me.
Daddy, forgive me.
I didn't mean to desert you.
I didn't want to upset you. Please, Daddy, don't cry. I'll be alright. With you by my side, I have nothing to fear. You're here. But when the little girl fell asleep, the anthropologist's thoughts turned to the acrobat's sister, and an almighty rage grew inside his great heart.
This demon, this villain, this monster, she has sullied the memory of my wife. She's betrayed the trust of her own sister. She has shown cruelty to the most precious reality of our marriage. Bullying children is her game, is it? Then let us see what this creature thinks she can do when the wrath of a grown man stands before her.
That was the last little girl ever saw of her father, because he never came home, ever again.
Matilda, here's books I spoke to you about, so if you'd like, you can
What are you doing with those books, woman?
read for Matilda.
No, they are not. Not on my watch. There's an age for reading and an age for being a filthy little toad. These are toads. Aren't you, Bob Trotter? Yes, Miss Trenchbull. Only Bob Trotter here is now a good toad. Sit. It has become clear to me, Miss Honey, that you have no idea what you are doing. You believe in kindness and fluffiness and books and stories. That is not teaching. To teach the child, we must first break the child. Quiet, you maggots!
But no one was speaking, Miss Trenchbull.
Miss Honey, please understand that when I say quiet, you maggots, you are entirely included in that statement. Where's my jug of water?
Okay, Miss Trenchbull.
Stupid girl. Look at you all. Flabby, disgusting, revolting. Revolting, I say. I think it's time we toughened you all up with a little phys ed. This school event has started reeking. Quiet minutes when I'm speaking! Ricky with the mouse. Disturbing scent. Only the finest nostrils smell it, but I know it oh too well. It is the odor of rebellion. It's the bouquet of dissent. Populate natural bridges, this hag mistress finds this foul odoriferousness wholly olfactorily insulting. And so, to stop this stench of spread, I find a session of phys ed sorts the middle rank from the revolting. Smell of rebellion comes out in the sweat, and phys ed will get you sweating, and it won't be long before I smell the pong of aiding and abetting. A bit of phys ed will tell us who has a head full of rebellious thoughts. Hold, hold! Just like a rotten egg floats to the top of a bucket of water. The smell of rebellion, the stench of hate, the reek of insubordination.
I can't take it anymore.
The pomp of dissent, the fun of mutiny in action.
That's your right.
Oh, we become stupid and greedy. We really need to dip it in the mud. Decision 2. Before the worm starts to turn, you must scrape off the dirt and rip it from the mud.
1, 2, stage 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
3, that's the protest. The funk of the
One,
vine,
two,
the
three,
area
four.
of
1, 2, 3,
the wall of anarchy and progress. Once we exercise these things, we shall be too good for sleeping. Some double time discipline should stop the rot from setting in. All right, children, let's step it up. Double time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Discipline for children who aren't listening. From midgets who are fidgeting and whispering in history, chattering and chittering, then nattering and twittering is tempered with a smattering of discipline. We must begin insisting on rigidity. Discipline persistently resisting is our Christian mission. These minutes you are frittering, I'm pandering and thinking while little ones are listening to what discipline. The simpering and whimpering, the dribbling and spitting, the missing, the tissue, it's an instrument of fixed spiritual mystery to master the art of having discipline. Discipline. The smell of rebellion, the stench of revolt, the reek of greed, pubescent plotting, a whiff of resistance, fong of dissenting, fong of moral favorati. Imagine a world without children. Close your eyes and just dream. Imagine, come on, try it. Peace in the quiet, babbling stream. Imagine a woods with a cottage, and inside that cottage we find a dwarf called Zeke. Carnival freak who can fold paper hats with his mind. And he says, don't let them steal your horses. Don't let them throw them away. If you find your way through, they'll be waiting for you, singing.
She's mad.
Aha! And there, just like I said, the sneaky maggot rears his head. Even the squiddiest, piteous mess can harbor seeds of stickiness. Have you ever seen anything more repellent? Have you ever smelled anything worse than the smell of rebellion? The stench of revolt, the reek of insubordination, the wind of resistance, the palm of dissent. I block stop till you are squashed, till this rebellion is quashed. The glorious sweaty discipline has washed this sickening stench. Miss Honey, are pathetic. You are wet. You are weak. You are, in fact, a sniveling little newt. No, it's a.
Children, please hide.
You did this. You vile, repulsive, malicious little sinner.
Please don't.
What's that? I can stop? We're only just getting started.
Mr. Unfamiliar, you pulled his ears off.
Stop.
I have discovered, Miss Honey, that through many years of experimentation, the ears of small boys do not come off. They stretch. In fact, I can feel these ones stretching now.
Stop. Please stop.
Leave him alone, you big fat!
How dare you? You are not fit to be in this school. You are to be in prison. In the deepest, dankest, darkest prison. I shall have you wheeled out, strapped to a trolley, with a muzzle over your mouth. I shall crush you. I shall pound you. I shall dissect you, madam. I shall strap you to a table and perform experiments on you. All of those disgusting slugs shall suffer the most appalling indignities of you. Yes, you!
Have you ever wondered, well, I am, about how when I say red, for example, there's no way of knowing if red means the same thing in your head as red means in my head when someone says red, and how if we are traveling at almost the speed of light, and we're holding a light, that light will still travel away from us at the full speed of light, which seems bright in a way that I'm trying to say. I'm not sure, but I wonder if inside my head I'm not just a bit different than some of my friends. These answers that come into my mind as written, these stories delivered to me fully written, and though everyone shouts like they seem to like shouting, the noise in my head is incredibly loud, and I just wish they'd stop. My dad and my mum and the telly and the stories would stop for just once. And I'm sorry, I'm not quite explaining it right. This voice becomes anger, and the anger is light, and it's burning inside me would usually fade, but it isn't today. In the heat and the shouting, and my heart is pounding, and my eyes are burning, and suddenly everything is quiet. Like silence, but not really silent. Just that still sort of quiet. Like the sound when you turn a page of a book, or a pause in a walk in the woods. Quiet. Like silence, but not really silent. Just that nice kind of quiet. Like the sound when you lie upside down in your bed. Just the sound of your heart in your head. And though the people around me, their mouths are still moving, the words they are forming cannot reach me anymore. And it is quiet, and I am warm. Like I said, into the eye of the storm.
Go on.
Tip! Tip over! Tip! Go on!
Miserable collections of excuses for children. And you, madam, standing there, squint of squints, on its beating heart. But I am a match for you, and I tell you that there is nothing I shall not do, no length to which I shall not go, no punishment I shall not inflict, no ear I shall not stretch back, no finger I shall not. What is it? What is it? It's heading north. Oh, what is it? What is it? Get it off me. Mr. Newton, my niggers! Mr. Newton, my niggers! Mr. Newton, my niggers!
Well then, that was interesting. I think we'll better go home while we still can. Matilda,
Watch.
Matilda, I think it'd be wise
Watch,
to go
please. I'm looking with my eyes. Am I strange?
How would you like a nice cup of tea?
What do you think it is? This thing with my eyes.
I can't pretend I know, Matilda. But I don't think we should be afraid of it. I think it has something to do with that incredible mind of yours.
So you're saying all the brains in my head don't fit, so they have to squeeze out through my eyes?
Well, no, not exactly, but something like that. You certainly are an incredible girl, Matilda. I've met your mother. She's unusual. What about your father? Is he proud to have a daughter as clever as you?
Oh, very. He's very, very, very proud. He's always saying, Matilda, I'm so proud to have a daughter. But honey, he's not proud at all. He doesn't say that. He says I'm a liar and a cheat and a nasty little creep.
I see. Well, here we are. Home sweet home.
Are you poor?
Yes, yes I am. Very.
Don't they pay teachers very much?
Well, they don't actually. But I'm even poorer than most because of other reasons. You see, I used to live with my aunt, but then one day I was out walking and I came across this lovely old shed and I fell completely in love with it. I ran to the farmer and begged him to let me move it. He thought I was mad, but he agreed, and I lived here ever since.
Miss Honey, you can't own a shed.
I'm not strong like you, Matilda. You see, my father, he died when I was young. Magnus is his name. He was very kind. And then when he was gone, my aunt became my legal guardian. She was mean and cruel like you can hardly imagine. And then when I became a teacher, she presented me with a bill for looking after me all those years. She'd written everything down, every tea bag, every electricity bill, every tin of beans. She made me sign a contract saying she'd pay me back, saying I'd pay her every last penny. And she even produced a document saying my father had given her his entire house.
Do you really think he did that? Magnus, I mean, just gave her his house.
I don't know. But I found it hard to believe. Just like I cannot believe that he would have killed himself, which is what she said happened.
You think she did him in, don't you, Miss Honey?
I cannot say, Matilda. All I know is that years of being abused by that woman has made me, well, pathetic. I was trapped.
And that's why you live here.
This roof keeps me dry when the rain falls. The store helps to keep the cold at bay. On this floor, I can stand on my own 2 feet. On this chair, I can write my lessons. And on this pillow, I can dream my nights away. And this table, as you can see, well, it's perfect for tea. It is much, but it is enough for me. For this is my house. This is my house. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. This is my house. This is my house. It isn't much, but it is enough.
Please don't cry Please don't cry. Tell me why you're still. Forgive me. I didn't mean to desert you. I know that I hurt you.
It isn't much, but it is enough for me. It isn't much, but it is enough for me.
Miss Honey, is that your father's scarf?
Why, yes it is. You see, my mother gave it to him before she died.
She was an acrobat.
Wait, yes, I did. And my father, he was
An escapologist.
Matilda, how do you know that?
So they're real.
Who?
Are the people in my story?
What story?
I've been telling a story, but I thought it was made up this entire time. It's real. I've seen your life.
I've seen my life.
Miss Honey, she did him in. We have to go to the police.
But Matilda, we have no evidence.
You could just tell them. Tell them she did it.
That never work. It'd be my word against hers, and they'd never believe that she's capable of murder.
But why? She beat you. She shouted you. She locked you in tiny cupboards and threw you in cellars.
Matilda, stop, please.
Miss Honey, your aunt's a murderer. She killed Magnus. Who is she?
A contract is a contract is a contract.
Miss Trunchbull.
In this world, children, there are two types of human being, the winners and the losers. I am a winner. I play by the rules and I win. But when I play by the rules and I do not win, then something is wrong. Something is not working. And when something is wrong, you have to put it right, even if it screams. What are you looking at?
You.
This class is going to have a very special spelling test. Any child who gets one single answer wrong shall go to choking. You, stand up and spell, oh, let me see, spell newt.
Newt. N-E-W-T. Newt.
What?
Miss Honeycutt's. She's very good at teaching.
Nonsense. Miss Honey is too soft and peachy to be good at anything. Any moron can see that. You, stand up and spell the one thing you all are. Revolting.
Revolting. R-E-V-O-L
You're cheating.
Of course she's not cheating, she's simply spelling the word.
These little specks of dust can't be this clever. They're worms.
I've taught them, that's all, with kindness and patience and respect.
How dare you bring those words into my classroom, madam? You know nothing of teaching, and I shall prove it. You, filth bomb, snot nose, stand up and spell amatosis.
That's not a word, you just made it up.
Spell or go to choking, and I should warn you, it has silent letters.
A-M-C-H-E-L-L-A.
Oh dear, oh dear, dear.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. It was a silent Z. You're going to choking!
Cat. C-A-F. Cat.
I got it wrong, miss. You have to put me in Turkey too.
What?
Dog. D-Y-P. Dog.
Table. X-A-B-Y-F. And me.
What the devil? Stop this!
Banana. G-F-B-O-T. You got to put us all in choky.
Stop this, do you hear?
Maggots. M-A-C-T-O-S-Y. Maggots.
Stop!
Snot nose. U-T-O-O-O.
Stop! This is
Naughty. P-U-F-T-Y-X-N.
stop this.
Revolting.
Revolting!
You have to put me in choky too, miss. You can't put all of us in choky.
Come now, maggots. Did you think I hadn't thought of that? I've been busy. A whole array of chokies. One for each and every one of you. And now that a little spelling test is over, I can say that each and every single one of you has failed. You see, children, in this world, there are two types of human beings. Winners and losers. And I am
Look, the chalk. Look, the chalk. It's moving.
Who's doing this?
No one's doing anything.
It's moving. It's writing something.
What? Stop! No! No! No, it can't be madness.
Run.
Whoa. Never again will she get the best of me. Never again will she take away my freedom. And we won't forget the day we fought for
The right to be a little bit naughty.
Never again will choky door slam.
Never again.
Why be bullied and
Never again.
Why down to bring
My mommy says I'm a miracle. Never again. Never again will we live behind bars. We are revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs using revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolting's done. And won't have to trust revolting. We're revolting. Ah! We are revolting children living in L, how we like it. Remember this roll is right. Everyone N-O-R-T-Y. It's a little bit naughty, so we gotta stay inside the lines. If we disobey at the same time, there's nothing that the principal can do.
Take a hammer and stick.
You didn't think you could push us too far. There's no going back now. We R-E-V-O-L-T-I-N.
Revolting time!
U-S-I-N-G. U-S-I-N-G. U-B-R-E-V-O-L-T-I-N-G. It is too well late for you. We are revolting. We are revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs using revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children to our revolting sons. It is too well late for you. We are revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs using revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children to our revolting sons. It is too well late for you. We are revolting.
A few days later, the acrobats and the escabologist's daughter received a letter from a solicitor. It stated that her parents' will had mysteriously turned up. She was now the proud owner of a beautiful old house, which had up until that moment been owned by the evil aunt, one Agatha Trunchbull. She moved in and was immediately happy. Happier than she had been in her entire life.
As for Miss Trunchbull, she was never seen again. All the jokies were immediately destroyed, and a new headmistress took over.
And her name was Miss Honey. And it was often said that it was the best school in all the land.
And you know what else? Matilda was never again able to move things with her mind. I thought it was because maybe her mind was being challenged, but she said it was because she no longer had a need for superpowers. Sometimes I look at this little girl who had done so much to help others, but who was stuck with parents who were mean and cruel and called her names, and I feel my blood boil. And I just wish I could do something.
So, this is it. This is the end of the story. I wish so much that I could tell you that this story has a happy ending. I wish so much that I could tell you that Matilda got the love that she deserved. But perhaps the truth is, not all stories have a happy ending.
Don't just stand there gawping, we're going to Spain.
Spain? Why? Because this idiot, this twit brain, seemed to think it was a good idea to sell 155 old bangers to the Russian mafia.
I didn't know they were serving Russian mafia. Now, come on, boy. We're leaving for Spain and we're coming back.
Let Matilda stay here with me.
I beg your pardon.
Let me take Matilda. If she'd like to stay with me, of course. I look after her with love and care and respect, and I pay for everything. Would you like that, Matilda?
You mean leave our daughter here with you?
Did you just call me?
They'll be here any minute.
Dad, you called me your daughter.
There, you idiot! I told you.
Quick, hide in the books!
damaged my legs. Beautiful legs.
You are a woman's daughter.
Yes.
Where's your father?
I don't know.
The woman is a stupid man. And being stupid, he assumed I was stupid too. And that is a very stupid and rude thing to do.
Yes. Well, I'm afraid my father is quite stupid and very rude.
You know this. At least there is one clever one in the family. What is your name, little girl?
Matilda.
I like you, Matilda. You seem smart. Sadly, in my line of work, I don't often get to meet smart people like you. Most of the people I deal with, their thinking is all backwards.
Backwards!
Это даже покрывает своими астронаста. Да, приятно познакомиться с вами башкой.
Спасибо. Мне всех приятно познакомиться с вами.
Ты говоришь по-русски?
Как раз структура хедата.
Matilda, who taught you how to speak in Russian?
Well, I taught myself, I suppose. I was reading Dostoevsky and I just thought it would be better to learn it in the language it was written in.
I am Sergei. It is truly an honor to meet you, Matilda Wormwood. Matilda, your father has been rude and stupid to both of us, yes? I can very easily have one of my friends here teach it manners. And one day, when he leaves hospital, he will still be stupid, but not so rude. I think. I give this as a gift to you. What do you say?
Mr. Sergei, that's a very tempting offer. But he is my father, and I'm his daughter. I think I've had enough of revenge.
This little girl, this miracle, Matilda. No! Что ты делаешь? Matilda, я бы сказал. Matilda! Что с вами сегодня? Matilda, your father is very, very stupid. But he is also very, 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 very lucky to have you as his daughter. Although, if I happen to be doing business here again, and I see him, he will not be so lucky.
Quick, let's get out of here before they change their minds.
What about the girl? Do you want to stay here with Miss Honey?
Yes, I do.
And do you want to look after her?
I do.
Well, we are a bit short on room. So, yes.
Thank you.
And Matilda leapt into Miss Honey's arms and hugged her, and Miss Honey hugged her back.
And they hardly noticed the wormwood.
And Rodolfo.
As the wormwood and Rodolfo sped away into the distance.
Because they had found each other.
Yes, they had found each other.
It's not